So I'm Scornaienchi. I'm the president and CEO of Agency59. We're an advertising agency here in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, social media is huge. It has made a big impact on the plans that we're delivering for clients. It's way too big to ignore. I think one of the things that we do well in the agency, we have a really strong strategic planner, and I think early on we figure out not just sort of whether we're going to use social media or not, but what's the role of social media, how will it play a role in the mix of tools that we're using. And in some cases, our kind of strategy with social media is very different from what we're doing with the other parts of the campaign, and in some cases it's exactly what we're doing. And I think we've been really good that way. It's not just about, oh, well, let's make a Facebook page. It's about what do we want the Facebook page to do, and who do we want to reach specifically with the Facebook page, right? So I think we've been really good at strategizing that way, and then having a very clear purpose for whatever social media tools we bring to the table. What we look for in candidates, I want somebody who's hungry, and you can get a sense of that when they come to interview. There are people who come to interview here who have read everything that's out there in terms of the internet on Agency59, and I love that. I love when they come in and they know the campaigns that we've done, they've read our case studies, they know about people who work in the agency, so clearly they've done some work and they want to work here. They want to work in a communications agency, but more specifically, they actually want to work at Agency59. And I love that, and that should be the case whatever ad agency you're applying at, right? You're going to want to make that agency feel that you really want to be there, right? So it's pretty easy for us to gauge enthusiasm and work ethic, and that's a big part of it, for sure. Yeah, Agency59 has always been a big supporter of interns and internships. We've always had them in the agency. There are a lot of colleges like Centennial that we have a relationship with, where we have an intern from that particular college pretty well every single year. So it's become a really great thing for both the agency, because it allows us to evaluate prospective candidates. And it's also been a really great thing for the intern, because it just gives them hands-on experience. They understand at the end of the internship how an agency works, what an account executive does. They've lived it. It gives them something really solid and tangible that they can put in their resume. So it's a win-win situation. And it's also just literally fun to have young, fresh people in the company. So if at any given time we have 2 or 3 interns and they rotate every 3-4 months, it's just great to have new blood and fresh faces in the agency, and the interns learn, and there's a benefit for us as a company, because again, we get another set of hands at the table, but also it lets us preview potential employees. The one piece of advice that I give to anyone who's looking to work in the communications industry or advertising agencies specifically is, don't send out a whole bunch of blanket resumes. Really target each of the agencies that you are applying to one at a time. So you're sending a very specific cover letter to a specific person, potentially to work on a specific account. Like, do your homework. It's better to send 5 highly tailored resumes and cover letters to 5 individuals than it is just to send out 50 resumes, that go out to the human resources manager, or to whom it may concern, or something like that. So be really targeted, handpick who you're applying, and follow up, right? I think a lot of students or a lot of candidates will send their resumes out without any intention of ever following up with a phone call. They sort of hope, I guess, that the resume lands on the right desk at the right time, but it doesn't often work that way. It's actually better to think really hard about which agencies are best suited to you, and to apply specifically to those agencies with the hopes of working, on maybe one of a handful of accounts, right? So learn about your agencies. Go to the websites of the agencies, read marketing and strategy magazines on a regular basis. Perhaps go to the ICA website, which is the Institute of Communications Agencies. In fact, there are links at the ICA website to all of the individual advertising agencies. So You know, have fun doing your homework, but do your homework. That's definitely the biggest thing for me. You know, I mentioned earlier, if you're going to apply to agencies, go through it, you know, sort of set yourself a target. Let's say you're going to apply to 5 agencies a week. Figure out the 5, do your homework on the 5, apply specifically to those 5, find out the names of the account directors that you want to apply to at those particular agencies. So do your homework and go from there.